get it open. Oh, look at those babies. Oh, there's Kit. There's the DeLorean. Come on. Actually, let me keep it real with you. I also bought some accessories. You know those just in case purchases where you don't want to fall short when you're building your track. I'm sure I'm going to need a lot more than all of this, but this is a good start. Let's do this. I don't think I need the instructions. And again, got the beautiful cars. What's under here? I wonder if this is the power. Oh, this must be the controllers. It's got to be the controllers. Yes, sir. I see they haven't changed majorly over the years. Then we've got all the track pieces. Good. Right, I'm going to put this together. I'll be right back. Brilliant. So I've got the track set up. I've got the cars on the track. And oh my gosh, these cars are awesome. They've got all the correct lighting on them. On Kit, you know, the red light that goes from side to side. Oh, and then of course you've got the headlights on the DeLorean. Oh, mate. So I haven't yet put the other accessories I want to put on this track. I want to put some barriers up. I may even extend the track further that way. Yeah, I've got some elevation parts too. Oh, I'm excited for this. It's brought me right back to my childhood. Right, stop press. As you can see, I'm extending the track longer than what you get in the box because I bought extras, yeah? But guess what? I'm missing some curves. Plus, I want to start building my collection of Scalextric cars. So I'm thinking, what's the best cost-effective way to do this? Do I just buy some tracks and start looking for cars separately? I started to do that, and this is why you've got to have eagle eyes on Amazon. Because you can get ripped off, or you can get an amazing bargain. Now, you know I bought that. I now need extra tracks, and I want to build my Scalextric car collection. Instead of buying them separately, I saw this thing for a fantastic price on Amazon. A Batman versus Joker set. Now these normally would run you about £150 plus. What I want is a few extra track pieces and build my car collection. And I saw this bad boy on Amazon for £74. Can you believe that? Listen, if you know anything about Scalextric, to buy one car on its own on average costs £50. I got this for £74 and it's not used or second hand, it's brand spanking new. The only issue with it is that the silly people at Amazon stuck the shipping label on the actual box itself and shipped it out like this. So the box looks slightly battered, but if I open it up, it's all brand spanking new and I get 2 cars. So that's 2 cars, which if I bought them separately, would cost more than this entire set. And I've got all the extra tracks I need. Oh my gosh.
That's the real deal.
I'm loving that I'm getting back into Scalextric. I've also ordered a whole load of scenery stuff. And let me not say any more, you will see the finished product very soon. What a bargain. 74 quid for all of this. And all I really was going to do is buy a couple of tracks and start buying cars separately. Do you know what? Come to think of it. I'm glad I've got these sort of traditional analog controllers, but there's a thing called the Arc Air. The Arc Air will get rid of these little spindly wires and it will become all wireless. I'm going to order one of those instead so I don't have to bother with all this cable. So I'm going to upgrade this track, okay? So it will come with an app, but you can use the Arc Air without that app. Ah yes, it's here. Let the magic begin. Ta-da! Look, I've upgraded the track. The basic design that I wanted is done. It goes under there, look at that. So I've expanded what comes out of the standard box. What I'm also going to do, you see this section here? I used to do diorama for model railways. That was a previous life. I've got a lot of equipment left still. So I'm going to make this area here sort of like a parking bay. It's going to be grey and it's going to have fine concrete laid down here. It's on a sheet, so it won't mess up my carpet. And I've also got some of that faux green grass. Faux green grass. I might use that elsewhere. I've got buildings, I've got little characters. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for my little journey back into the wonderful world of Scalextric. And it'd be really nice if you followed along with me. And I really don't care if I only get about 5 or 6 views per video, because my love for Scalextric is on a par with my love for airsoft and model railways. And right here, I have decided to add one of the buildings. It's like a garage. No, it's not like, it is a garage pit stop. I have the standard Scalextric stickers on there, but I'm going to swap those out. Because 1, it's standard, and 2, they don't stick very well. Look, it's already coming off. But anyway, as you can see, I put a car in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a bit of DIY, some LEDs in there too. So, you know, for them nighttime races. And as you can see right there, as I promised, I made this into a sort of a concreted zone. It's actual concrete, believe it or not. It's little fine granules of stone, should I say, on a sheet. And that makes it look very authentic. So I'm going to have some other things put on there. Don't you worry about that. Nice. And I've got a nice little display of some of my special cars, which I'll show you at another time. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. I've also put some barriers up. I will finish that later. Yeah. Oh, and guess what? I actually was short 1 half track. Yeah, 1 half track. And instead of going out and buying a half track, I've got quite a few of the power base, you know. Basically what that is, that's an upgraded power base right there. That used to be the standard power base, but I removed the power element of it and the contraption that was beneath it because you don't want it to short out. And it's now a standard piece of half track. And I don't mind that it's got 1 and 2 on there because it matches here. Nice. Look, it's coming along nicely. But I tell you what, look, I've got a building there. I've really got to sort out these stickers on the building. Yeah, so I've got a bit of grass there. Got some trees coming. Got me a gravel sort of tarmac area. I don't know why I call it tarmac. The one thing I have learned quickly though is that these barriers, yeah, they fit. But you see this car right here is slightly wider than these cars, and this bad boy literally rubs along the barriers if you're going at speed and turning the corner. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to return these and I'm going to get these instead. Come on, they look much better. They give you some clearance between the barriers and the tracks themselves, and yeah, so I've got all those kind of already installed. And I've done something else since. Look, bang, come on. Even got the little workmen in there, the little crew, pit crew.
3, 2, 1, go!
And I did a little hack. Now, if you're wondering what the hack is, well, these two are Scalextric cars right here. But you see these bad boys behind them? These sexy looking things, they're just models. Because I wanted this area to be full of cars, and I thought, not necessarily Scalextrics. I want it to just look like a place where there's a whole load of cars parked up. I mean, why go through the expense of buying a whole load of gorgeous Scalextric cars when they're just gonna sit here in that area? I mean, these are just model cars, but boy, are they detailed, and boy, do they look gorgeous. I mean, out of this lot, these two right here are my favorites. They're gorgeous, and they make very nice scenery props. And the great thing about them is that they are the exact same scale as the actual Scalextric cars. And that's awesome. They're all 132. Come on. But of course, naturally, I want to build my collection of awesome Scalextric cars. I hear Carrera cars can be used on these tracks. You just got to do a little mod with the blades underneath. So I might get a couple of those too, but I want to keep it real and keep it mostly Scalextric, because again, this is from my childhood. When I tell you I got my first Scalextric set just starting high school up in Hendon, North London, and a brand new 7-Eleven store opened up, and they were giving away a BMX bike and a Le Mans 24-hour Scalextric set. Every boy's dream back then, and some girls too. And I was lucky enough to have won the Scalextric set, and I've never looked back. I kind of put it down for decades, and now I'm back, and I'm definitely not looking back. I wish I didn't get rid of that original set that I had, but hey ho, things happen. So yeah, right here I've got some gorgeous new additions to the collection, the start of my collection to be fair. So I've got the BTCC Honda Civic, gorgeous. Love the livery right there. And of course, that very gorgeous Lotus Evora GT4. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Scalextric cars, these would be considered the high-end models, yeah? Highly detailed, beautiful cars in these beautiful sort of clam case that can actually swivel and open up. I'm going to show you my absolute favorite Scalextric car in a moment, and I mean my absolute favorite. But other than those more high-end ones like these two, you can get almost equally gorgeous lower-end budget Scalextric cars. For example, these two babies right here. Now, you may think, well, what's the difference? Well, if you looked carefully at the two I showed you a moment ago, there were drivers sitting inside each car. The windscreens or the windshield, you can see through them. Everything is highly detailed in those. But if you look at these, you can see tinted windows. So there's no detail inside at all. Everything is just concentrated on the outside. These are more geared towards your beginners because they're supposed to be a little bit more robust and a bit more clingy to the track, because Scalextric cars, if you wish, I think they come standard with magnets underneath, so they kind of stick to the track a bit better. They will still come flying off if you go too fast around corners, but these are more geared towards your starter drivers. But I think they're gorgeous. They look absolutely gorgeous, and you can pick these up now for around, what, £30 each? Whereas these two bad boys, you're looking at around £50 each upwards. And trust me, there's even higher spec and higher, how can I put this, value or range, yeah, of Scalextric cars out there. Now, those of you who have been following my journey back into the wonderful world of slot cars, by the way, that's the generic name for this type of thing, Scalextric being a brand and the most famous, I would argue. But then you've got another one called Carrera, which I don't know. Is there a sort of a snobby tier system amongst slot car enthusiasts? Do Carrera enthusiasts look down on Scalextric enthusiasts or vice versa? I don't know. I've only just come back into the hobby and I just love it. I love it all. I watch both sets of videos on YouTube. I don't care if it's Scalextric or Carrera, or there's an Australian YouTuber that I've started to watch now. Is he called a slot car guy? I'm not sure. But yeah, he features all sorts of different brands on there. But yeah, these two, if you've been following my journey, they came with the Scalextric set, but they are not, funny enough, considered the lower end budget vehicles. But if you look carefully, you can actually see Michael Knight sat behind the steering wheel, and the same with Marty. There you go, look, you can see his hands on the steering wheel. And then of course, we get to the wonderful world of little figurines for your diorama that you can use. Now again, this is where I'm not keeping it pedigree with Scalextric. If you zoom in, apart from the track and the building in this scene that you're seeing, nothing here is Scalextric. The little pit crew there is Carrera, and the vehicle is a model 132 scale of Lewis Hamilton's Formula One car. But as you can see, it fits perfectly on this track because everything is to scale. Beautiful. Now, if you really wanted to get budgety, you see this bad boy right here, this Formula One car? This is also a real Scalextric car. It's not just a dummy or just a regular model car. It's a Scalextric car, but it's dirt cheap compared to other Scalextric cars because these are the true start cars. They call these the start car. The other two that I showed you before that were a bit more budget friendly, they're not start cars, they're just lower end cars, okay? More for beginners. This is an absolute start car, good for beginners, because when you get it, it literally comes in a blister pack, plain black. Oh, I think you can get an orange one too. And you put these stickers on yourself. Nice. And they cost about £20 or something like that. And they really stick to the track perfectly. They're very good for beginners. And it doesn't matter if you crash them. They're fairly robust. Now we're almost getting to my absolute favourite Scalextric car in my collection, but not quite yet. I just want to quickly show you these two bad boys. Now again, if you've been following my journey, you will know I got these two movie-themed Batman cars and Joker, look. Batman and Joker cars with a set. Now, can we get to my absolute favourite car at the moment? This is the BTCC Jade Edwards Honda Civic. Oh my gosh, what a gorgeous specimen this vehicle is, and the detail. So let me just open up this cover.